Because guess what? We are officially live. It is the Height Differential. That's the 6'6" Neil. I am the 4'10" Nick. Don't forget to subscribe however you listen to podcasts. Subscribe on YouTube so you know when these lives are popping up. Because right now, like I said, we are live on YouTube. We're going to talk Super Bowl. We'll even get into the Super Bowl odds for the 2027 Super Bowl. Talk about some teams that we think are kind of under the radar and some that are probably a little too high. We'll get into the Olympics. We'll get into the college hoops. Talk a little bit of golf. Lot to talk about.
Yeah. Are you sure we're live? Last week you told me we were live and we weren't
Dude,
live.
we're
Sure? Are we
episode
sure we're live tonight?
we are live. I'm looking at it right now and it is working. I forgot one button. Had it all running. Forgot to hit one more button last week. So
That's an important button.
that's why. But now we're good to go. So live on YouTube. We're going to work on trying to get this live on TikTok and then just go from there.
Okay. Let's get into it.
But I guess we'll just go straight into it. The Super Bowl Sunday night. We tried to talk ourselves into being excited for it. And then the game didn't really live up to the hype.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much hype there really was, but
Yeah, probably. I don't think there was a lot of hype. I mean, you called it more than I did. You expected it to be a two score game at least in favor of the Seahawks. We talked about them being the better team all season. I was leaning more toward it being a close game. I think I had the score 24-20, but it was not close. I mean, it was just an absolute dominating performance from the Seattle Seahawks and their defense. I mean, there was at no point in this game where the New England Patriots even threatened or even had a chance. So congratulations to the Seahawks. They dominated this thing start to finish, but that defense was just on another level.
yeah, the only team that really scored on them over the last 2 months of the year were the Rams. And does that just show you how good
Yeah.
offensively that team was?
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, we talked about it before. Like we felt like the Super Bowl really was that Rams Seahawks NFC Championship game, and I think that's really proved to be on Sunday. This Seahawks team was just too much for this Patriots offense that had struggled throughout the postseason. You put that up against this Seahawks defense that stops everybody except for the Rams, and that was kind of the recipe that we got. We talked about how much Drake May had been sacked throughout the postseason. He had been sacked 15 times. He gets sacked 7 more times against the Seahawks and was constantly under duress, really couldn't get comfortable at all. They now have the record. They break the Bengals record.
We're off the
Joe
hook.
Burrow was sacked 20 times in 2020, and now Drake May sacked 22 times in 2026. But I mean, really, the only offense in that whole first half was courtesy of Kenneth Walker. He kept getting outside, and that was really the story offensively for both teams. And Jason Myers had some field goals. There wasn't a touchdown into the fourth quarter.
I mean, I was almost in favor of giving Myers the MVP. I mean, I know Walker had a great game and he obviously deserved it, but I mean, why not? Myers, I think what did he tie Super Bowl record for most field goals or did he break it?
5 for 5, the
Yeah.
long of 41. He also had 2 extra points. You know, we've talked about Carl on this show. Growing up, we would always go to Troy the King's house for the Super Bowl party across the street from my parents' house. His dream has always been, hey, what if the kicker got the MVP? Wouldn't it be the coolest thing ever? There was a point on Sunday where I was like, this might be a possibility. But it ends up going to Kenneth Walker at 135 yards rushing. He also had like 26 yards receiving. Like I said earlier, all but 20 of those yards were to the perimeter. They didn't even try to run between tackles. They were getting outside, and I mean, that's how they put their points on the board in the first half, was able to build that lead, but it just never really looked like the Patriots had any chance whatsoever offensively, except for those 2 throws that Drake May made back to back in the fourth quarter where they finally got on the board. But other than that, that was about it.
Yeah. I mean, Drake May did not play a good game. I know he was under pressure a lot, but he had that one interception in the what was it, the fourth quarter. I think they were down. They'd cut it to did they cut it to 8 at one point, maybe? 12? I don't know, maybe it was
It's
12, but,
it
you know,
never felt like it was.
it never, but they were driving, like, they had the ball, it was after their first touchdown, they got the ball back, they were driving, and then he just throws that pass in the middle of the field well behind his receiver, and even Collinsworth was like, "I got no words, I don't know what to say." He was Collinsworth was speechless on the broadcast of how bad of a throw it was. Drake May was terrible, Patriots offense was terrible. I don't know, like, we said going into last week that the only chance that we thought that the Patriots had was their defense and causing Sam Darnold, to turn the ball over and kinda revert back to Sam Darnold like he did last year in the playoffs and throw those 4 picks, and he's been shown that he does it time to time, and he didn't. He played an okay game. It wasn't great. He was only 50% completion percentage, only threw for about 200 yards. So he wasn't great, but he was what the Seahawks needed. Take care of the ball, let Kenneth Walker do the heavy lifting, and rely on your defense, and, I mean, Drake he Darnold played the game he needed to play to win, and that's what happened.
Yeah, after leading the league with 20 turnovers during the regular season, Darnold finished the playoffs without a turnover in 3 games, and with that defense in in the Super Bowl, that's all he had to do. Now, he had to come to play in the NFC Championship, and we talked about that last week. If he doesn't play as well as he does, it's probably the Rams that we're talking about being Super Bowl champions because I think whoever won that game was gonna beat the Patriots, but it I you you'd wonder. Drake May's in his 2nd year and was 2nd in the MVP voting. I mean, had a really good year. Were his struggles, they talk about his shoulder potentially being injured. You wonder how much that played a role, but I just think the fact that you're constantly under duress. Seattle finished with a 51% pressure rate, and they only had to blitz 17% of the time. When you're only bringing 4 and you're getting that much pressure, which means you've got 7 guys dropping back to defend receivers, and you're still getting pressure, it just really puts Drake May in a tough situation, and it just really, honestly, made for what I thought was a pretty boring game.
It was boring. I mean, there's no way around it. It was boring. It For a while, it was
They punted on 8 of their first 9 possessions, and their one non-punt was a knee to end the half.
yeah. No, it was a defensive game. I mean, like, even the first half was field goals for the Seahawks, field goals for the Seahawks, 3 and outs for the Patriots, 3 and outs for the it was that boring defensive slugfest that you say that you love so much. So, I'm sure you had a great time watching it while the rest of America was snoozing on the couch.
Uh, do I like watching great defenses? Yes, like, Seattle's great defense is great, but would I like to see them up against maybe a little better offense? Yeah, why did I say that I thought the Seahawks are gonna win by multiple scores? Because all year we had the Seahawks 1-2, and we didn't have the Patriots even in our top 10. The AFC is just down this year. It's just down. We talked about how they had the easiest schedule, one of the easiest schedules to get in the position that they were. They took advantage of it. They got to the Super Bowl, but it just at that point, they were just kinda in over their head.
They were. They absolutely were.
Is this like we can go I've got some Super Bowls over the last 15 years that maybe compare to this as far as boringness, and we can go into that. Uh, but Seattle, I mean, look at this team is set up.
Yeah.
They've got one of the youngest rosters in the league. 20 starters or solid contributors have been selected in the last 4 drafts. And then they go out, they need a quarterback. They go out and sign Darnold to a 3-year deal, a guy who just took the Vikings to the number 1 seed in the NFC. You're able to pluck him off out of free agency. You've got him under control for 2 more years. Kenneth Walker's a free agent, but I think he wants to come back. They're in a really good spot to be in the same exact spot situation next year.
I mean, then that's why Vegas has them as the favorite to repeat, with them and the Rams, the top 2 spots going for, the title next year. So, yeah, I mean, I think nobody expected them to be this good this quickly. Like you said, they're really young, but they've got a lot of talent, and that showed. You got the right pieces in there. You got the right head coach in there. You finally get a quarterback that's capable, of making some plays, and it all just fit together. Maybe it's a little bit ahead of schedule, just like the Patriots, I think, are a little bit ahead of schedule as well. Yeah, moving forward, especially with the defense that they have, I don't I would pick them to win next year.
You would right now? You would
Yeah,
pick them to win?
I would.
So, you talk about how they are the favorite. They're plus 750 to win it next year. The Rams are the second choice at plus 800. And then the Bills are tied for 3rd at plus 1,200,
Yeah.
but tied with them at 3rd are the Ravens at plus 1,200, and I'm really look, last year, Vegas loved the Ravens throughout the entire year too. They just even when they were struggling, they kept loving them. I don't understand how the Ravens are the 3rd overall choice.
No, especially a team that didn't make the playoffs this year, Like, they had all the expectations in the world, and they fell short of that. I To be the 3rd choice and you didn't even make the playoffs, and then on top of that, you've got a rookie head coach who has no head coaching experience, coming in. So I wouldn't put him at 3rd. I think that's way overrated.
And that defense has a lot of holes, as we saw last year, that they gotta
Yeah.
fix.
I mean, it's gonna depend on what they do in the offseason and if they make any moves in free agency or who they draft and whatnot, but if they based on the team that they had this year, there's just absolutely no way that they're the 3rd choice.
I'm looking at the fact that the Eagles are plus 1,500 behind them, the Chiefs are at 1,600 behind them, the Patriots who just went there at plus 1,700 behind them, the 49ers are at 1,800 behind them. Heck,
The
even the
Broncos.
Jaguars at 2,000, I think is a decent price
I think
for
the
a team that
Broncos I see the
yeah,
Broncos here at plus
yeah.
2,000, and, the Broncos were the 1 seed in the AFC, and, if Bo Nix doesn't get hurt, and we might be talking about the Broncos being in the Super Bowl, so they were, on the edge. I don't know why the Broncos would be behind the Ravens or even half those other teams.
Alright. Yeah, I looked the Chargers, I think, are a little high at 1,500. Um, what are you thinking about the Bengals at plus 3,000?
I think that's actually about right.
The
What does that
middle of
make?
the pack,
Middle of the yeah, bottom
almost
end
dead
of the
center.
first half of the pack. You know, they're tied with the Cowboys. I think there probably should be a little bit better odds than the Cowboys. They're ahead of the Colts and the Buccaneers, who both had pretty decent seasons to start, and they kind of floundered a lot, after that. But everybody else behind them just sucks. So I think the Bengals are where they should be, based on the last 2 years and making absolutely no changes to the head coaching staff or the defensive coordinator or player development guy. So you're running everybody back. You're probably going to end up expecting the same results, which is why they're where they are.
Well, you can't run everybody back as far as your talent on defense,
Well,
but yeah,
I mean, correct. That remains to be seen, but I'm not trusting these guys to bring in guys that they're any better.
if you think that the Bengals are gonna make moves in the offseason and shake things up, which they have to, then take that number because it's not gonna be lower than that.
No,
It's not gonna drop.
no.
Now, will it drop a little bit when it's announced that Trey Hendrickson's not gonna be back, which there's talks about them franchising him to try to trade him, but he's not gonna be in
He's not going to
uniform
be
next
back, but
year.
I think that these odds take that in consider. I mean,
Yeah, I think so too.
yeah,
I but I look at it and what about the Chiefs at 1,600 as the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the ninth choice?
I think that's too high too. You got Patrick Mahomes coming back off an ACL. You've got Travis Kelsey. Has Kelsey announced that he's coming back?
I think he's coming back.
He is coming back?
I don't know if it's official, but I think he's from everything that they're saying.
I mean, they weren't that good with Mahomes this year. I mean, they obviously were terrible without him, but I just think that the Chiefs dynasty is over. I think people are still hanging on to that recency bias that they've always been there. They've always been there, but they ain't there anymore. They're not the same team. They weren't the same team even this year when Mahomes was healthy. So I think that they're too high on the board. I would have dropped them down a few spots. I would 100% have them behind the Patriots, the 49ers, and the Broncos.
See, look, you still got Mahomes, dude.
But
You
how
still got Mahomes, and they know that they have holes
he's
now.
coming
They're
off
gonna
the injury. You got Mahomes off an injury. I don't
yeah,
know.
he's I don't even know if he'll miss a game at the beginning of the season. They're gonna plug the gaps that where they struggled this year. They're still the Chiefs. I need them to struggle 2 years in a row before I don't have them higher than that. I think that's a value at plus 1,600. I mean, also the Eagles at 1,500 I think are low. I don't know. I just don't understand how the Packers, the Chargers, the Ravens are all ahead of the Eagles and the Chiefs in Super Bowl.
Packers, yes, Ravens are way too high. Packers are too high. Chargers are too high. I would drop those 3 down. I said the Chiefs probably would drop down. You gotta put I would put the Jaguars, the Broncos, the 49ers, and the Patriots ahead of the Ravens, Packers, and Chiefs that
So
we just mentioned.
I didn't tell you that we were going to do this in pre-show, so you really got to think off the top of your head. The Patriots and the Seahawks were both like what plus 6,000 to going into this year to win the Super Bowl. What team below say that 6,000 mark do you think potentially could make a run to get to the Super Bowl next year? Because
I mean,
I've got a clear answer.
you've got a clear answer.
Yeah, I do, and I can go first if you want time to think.
No, I mean, I've got 2 that come to mind. I don't know, what do you have the Commanders at? On mine's sheet, they're about plus 5,000, 5,500, so it's close to 6,000. If they can bounce back and Jaden Daniels comes back and plays the way he did his rookie year, I think they can do it because they made a run with it when he was a rookie to the NFC title game. So, I mean, I think that they have some pieces that they could actually end up being pretty good. And unfortunately, I hate to say it, but maybe the Pittsburgh Steelers at plus 8,000.
Yeah. No, I'm not taking the
You're
Steelers.
not taking the Steelers. I mean, you got new coach Mike McCarthy who has been to the Super Bowl, has multiple wins. You know, he's a veteran coach, knows what he's doing, and I mean, you still got talent with the DK Metcalfs and that the Steelers defense with Watt and Ramsey and those guys. And you know, if Aaron Rodgers comes back, he's old, but he proved this year he can still sling it a little bit. I mean, they made the playoffs. They could potentially
They
do better.
limped into the playoffs.
I mean, what are you going? You going Carolina Panthers?
No,
Okay.
New York Giants. You got you got Jackson Dart, you got Cam Scatterbo, you got a defense that's actually pretty good, and you're bringing in a head coach that has proven that he knows how to win.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see.
And at 7,500, I think it's worth a shot. Now, how long has it been since we've seen the Giants be successful? It's been a long time. But I think they've got some pieces. They've got a defense that is already pretty good. They got a head coach that's proven that he can win, and the fact that he's got a young quarterback already in there, I mean, they got weapons on offense.
They do have weapons. Yeah. I just saw that they hired, Brian Callahan as their quarterback coach, former head coach of the Titans and offensive coordinator of the Super Bowl Cincinnati Bengals. So that's a good pickup, another veteran offensive guy. So no, you're right. They've got pieces. It has been a while since they've been good, so that's probably why I haven't really thought about them, kind of an afterthought. But I think John Harbaugh makes all of the difference right there.
Well, look, it's a familiar it's a similar setup to what the Patriots have.
Yeah,
A second-year quarterback getting
yeah,
a first-year head coach who's had success.
you're right. That's a
And
good that is a good pick.
I just look at the rest of these and, I mean, no. But I could see that with the Giants, and I'm glad Harbaugh's not the head coach of the Ravens anymore, and yeah, go have success with the Giants because
I
he's
agree.
gonna be hungry. Because I don't think he really wanted to leave Baltimore, so he's gonna be hungry, and, I mean, he's be motivated anyways, but
No, you're right. I would not be surprised. It is very similar setup, I think, as you mentioned, to the Patriots.
now look, would I have predicted the Patriots to do what they did this year? No. So, it's hard to pick somebody who's that big of a long odds to get to the Super Bowl, but if I had to pick one, that's where I'm going.
So you gonna lay down some coin on it?
I mean, if you put heck, if you put what, $5 on it, it'll pay you almost $400. So,
Well, there you go. Start hammering it, big guy.
um, does Sam Darnold deserve to be in the top 10 discussion of quarterbacks in the NFL? Active.
It's tough. I think I would say no. I think he's just on the outside. I mean, I'm looking at stats from this year, and he was 5th in the league in passing yards, but he was 3rd in the league in interceptions. I just think his propensity to turn the ball over and throw those picks is why I would not put him in the top 10 because he might win you some games, but he'll lose you some too. He'll cough it up. I mean, just looking at the list of quarterbacks, I think there's probably 9, 10 other guys that are better. I mean, I'm looking at Matthew Stafford, Josh Allen, I would probably put Dak ahead of him as well. Probably Trevor Lawrence above him, Joe Burrow, Jordan Love, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar, Aaron Rodgers, I think, is probably still a little bit ahead of him,
Get
Jalen
out of
Hurts.
what is
I'm
up
just I
with
mean,
you
I'm just
and
going down the
Steelers?
list. I don't think he's top 10. I think he's just on the outside of it.
See, I think he look, dude, how many quarterbacks active quarterbacks have won Super Bowls
I
in the
mean,
NFL?
Mahomes is one of a million of them in a row.
Mahomes, Stafford,
Hurts.
Hurts? I mean, there's not many more after that, if there are.
Well, it's because
Uh,
Mahomes took the majority of
yeah,
those.
but, like, you're right. He ain't going above Stafford, Allen, Herbert, Burrow, Mahomes, Jackson, for sure. That's a top 6. And then you've got Trevor Lawrence,
You
you've
got
got Dak.
Drake May.
But
I
Drake
think
May
he's
see,
be
I
I
think
think
I
he's
can
better than
slide
Drake
him
May.
in. I can slide him in at 9-10.
I think he's better than Drake.
And look, then I think you can slide him in at 9-10. He deserves that. 2 years in a row, he's led his team to number 1 seeds,
But you saw
and
but
then he
you
goes and
but
wins a
you
Super Bowl.
but then
He didn't turn the ball over in the playoffs.
he he pooped his britches in the playoffs last year, though, when he
He
threw 4
did.
picks. That's
He
why
did.
I'm like, I don't trust him.
But
There's still
some of those
something
other
that I don't
guys, I think
trust
you
about it.
trust Josh Allen. Like, he had 5 turnovers in his last playoff game, and you got him above him?
I mean, it's because Josh Allen is better. He's an MVP.
I agree that,
He's an
but
MVP.
I don't disagree with that, but also, you can't pick and choose when to use those arguments. And if that's your reason
Yeah,
why
I'm not like,
Sam Darnold's not on
I'm
there,
gonna
like,
put him, like, right at, like, number 11. Like, he's
well, I
close.
said top
He's
10, so
close.
you say no.
I say no. I think he's close, but no.
Okay. Well, I think if you win the Super Bowl, you get back-to-back 1 seeds, you deserve to be on the
I
top
mean,
10 list.
Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl. Was he the top 10 quarterback in his league that year?
No, did he leave his team to 2 different teams to 1 seeds in back-to-back years? First quarterback ever to do that?
I mean, he's 3rd in the league in turnovers,
I just
in interceptions.
he is, and but when it counted, he didn't turn the ball over, and some other quarterbacks do, and, like, Jordan Love's gonna be on a lot of people's list. What has he done to be above Sam Darnold on these lists?
I mean, I mean, his team's pretty good. I don't know. He's taken his team to multiple playoffs. I don't know, I think
Well, I'm pretty sure if you get 1 seed back-to-back years, that means you've taken your team to multiple playoffs.
yeah. I I don't know. I mean, I think if you put Jordan Love on the Seahawks, they don't get worse.
Look, and that's you might be right, but we don't have that luxury, and you deal with what you are presented. He was a free agent, he chose to go to the Seahawks, they chose to bring him in, and they ended the season with a ring.
And Jordan Love only threw 6 interceptions.
Well, was Jordan Love playing on
I
Sunday?
I hear you.
I
I'm
mean,
just gonna
it
disagree with you.
goes the same way with Joe Burrow. He's not included sometimes in these conversations because his defense sucks. But, I mean, it does help to have a good defense, but he took advantage of it, didn't turn the ball over, made plays when he had to, and like we said, they don't beat the Rams if he doesn't play as well as he played.
I mean, I
Put
feel
him in
like
the top
there's
10.
10 other guys in this league that you could put on the Seahawks, and they end up in the exact same spot that they're in right now, Super Bowl champ.
10? Potentially, but they haven't done it.
I don't know. I know.
Put him in the top 10.
I'm not. You can.
Alright. I've got a list
Hold
of,
on, wait,
like
wait. Also,
what?
didn't we just go last week where this was the 3rd worst quarterback matchup in Super Bowl history, and you're putting this guy in the top 10?
It's this year. Like, wow, I
Same.
put him above Jordan Love.
He's not
What
above Jordan Love.
like, wow.
If it was Jordan Love versus Drake May, I think that's a better quarterback matchup than Darnold, and
Like, I put him above Drake May.
you just
Ooh.
cussed him out for being terrible last week, and all of a sudden
It was it was Sam
he's
Darnold
your favorite
versus
player of all
Drake
time.
May
I'm
in
gonna
the Super Bowl.
guess we need to get you a Sam Darnold jersey since you love him so much.
Dude, I've got him at 10, you've got him at 11. You're acting like we are so far apart on this.
I might put him at 13.
I slid him into 10 because I think he deserves that because he just won a Super Bowl, and back-to-back years, he's been a 1 seed.
We're gonna put him at 13 now. We're gonna keep dropping him.
Keep dropping him. I'm gonna pit this Super Bowl up against another Super Bowl for which one is the most boring, and you pick, and then we'll keep advancing.
Wait, you gonna
Does that
go
make sense?
yeah, are you gonna go well,
No, I'm just this is you, I'm presenting them to you, and you're picking.
Patriots and Rams 3 years ago or 5 years ago, whenever that was 10 years. How long ago was that?
It was
19?
within the last 15 years, and yes, it's on my list.
Yeah, it's gotta be the worst. Alright, what
So,
you got?
that was the first matchup. This year's game that was not the matchup. This year's game, Seahawks 29, Patriots 13 against last year. Which one was more boring?
This year.
Eagles 40, Chiefs 22.
This year.
Alright, so that one's moving on. This year's Super Bowl against Super Bowl 50, 2016. Broncos 24, Panthers 10. This was Peyton Manning's swan song, which kinda added a little bit.
Yeah, no, this one's more boring because you had the Peyton Manning effect in there, and everybody was rooting for Peyton to get that last title. I'm gonna go
Alright?
this one.
The COVID Super Bowl, Bucks 31, Chiefs 9 was hyped. Brady versus Mahomes, but the game,
I mean, the Bucks defense that day was phenomenal. I remember that, like, they dominated that game, and there was more often 31 points is a lot of points.
and it was 2 Hall of Famers at QB.
Yeah, no,
Mahomes
yeah.
running for his
Yeah,
life.
Brady, Mahomes. Nope, this one's worse.
Alright, so the last 15 years, what is the worst Super Bowl? Seahawks, Patriots this year or the Pats, Rams?
Pats, Rams. That game was duty. There was, what, 1 touchdown scored in that game? 1
It
touchdown, I
was
think?
it's the lowest scoring Super Bowl in the history.
Yeah,
It was
that
13 to
game was
3.
terrible.
It was what? Jared Goff
Peyton and
and Tom
Tom
Brady.
Brady. Yeah. No, that game was awful. That was worse than this one.
So this is the second worst Super Bowl
Yeah,
over the last 15 years.
and I think people would agree with it. They might even think it's worse. Like, they might put this one at number 1, but Imma put it at the second worst. But everybody hated it. Everybody thought it sucked. Everybody was bored with it. Nobody has anything good to say about it. I mean, he praised the Seahawks defense, but other than that, it
Well,
was terrible.
if you had anything but 0 on the Patriots on your squares, you weren't very happy.
I mean, they hit it for 3 straight
And
quarters, right? Didn't they have no points until the 4th?
there were no touchdowns until the 4th quarter
For
from
either
both
side.
teams.
Right. At least the Seahawks had points.
From both teams. And I mean, I had all these bets just trying to make the game exciting, and none of them even came close, except for the Pats to cover in the under. But obviously, put other stuff with it so I don't win anything because I'm an idiot.
Maybe you should just stop.
It's fun. I'm not losing. I'm not that big of an idiot, so I just have fun with it. But really, I didn't think there were really any Super Bowl commercials that stuck out.
No, there were I mean, you
It's
I
all about
didn't
everything's AI.
yeah.
It's just everything's AI. All the commercials. I
There was
noticed the one that had like all the sitcoms from the '90s where Jennifer Aniston was on it and George Costanza, but
I thought the
nothing.
one where Ben Stiller fell he was in some rock group and he fell from the stage and crashed into the drums and stuff was kinda funny. I forgot what the ad was for, but I just cracked up when he fell. Yeah, I mean, there was only one Budweiser commercial, and that was I thought that one was pretty good with the Clydesdale and the bald eagle. I mean, they were making an emphasis on America, and I think they got the point across. I didn't see any, like, Frito-Lay, Doritos commercials that I remember. I don't think there was any.
I don't know if I wasn't just paying attention or what, but nothing stuck out. And I was at my sister's house, and my niece even wanted to play a game where she gave us all pieces of paper 1 through 10 to grade the commercials, and we had to put up 8, 9, 7, whatever we thought the commercial was, and even playing that game, nothing really stuck out.
I mean, they had the Coin-based karaoke, Backstreet Boys, but that one was just kinda weird 'cause nobody really knew where it was going. I don't know. Yeah, I
Was
agree with
not
you. It was
impressed.
no.
Even more emphasis on why we need to bring back the Bud Bowl
Or the frogs.
or the Frogs. Can we do that next year, Budweiser? Can we bring back heck, have the Frogs as one as the teams
It'd be
on the
tight.
Bud Bowl?
Yeah.
But it's, saddest part is football's over. The good news is everybody's 0 and 0, so we're back tied for first in the AFC. The Bengals are back tied for first in the AFC North, and just need to make some moves and get Joe Burrow back in the playoffs. That's all I
Please,
want.
please.
And Joe Burrow has to do his job too. They
Yeah,
just
he does.
but now that football is over, we can kinda turn our attention to college basketball, and man, is this it's a fun year for college hoops.
Yeah,
Over the last week, on Friday, you saw St. John's, who's playing really well after struggling early,
yeah,
beat, UConn 81-72 at the Garden.
yeah.
Then on Saturday, you had Duke winning on a buzzer beater, or UNC winning on a buzzer beater after trailing the entire game. It was the first time UNC's won on a buzzer beater since Luke May beat Kentucky, in what was the 2017, I think, Elite Eight. Michigan State beats Illinois in overtime, 85-82. Houston beats BYU. Then on Monday, Kansas knocks off number one Arizona without Darren Peterson. Bill Self is now 39-0 at Allen Fieldhouse on Big Monday.
Hey,
First time they've ever played a number one team
39
on
and 0 on Big
30.
Monday at home?
Yes, 39-0.
Wow.
And then on Tuesday, you had Purdue they were up 22. Nebraska comes back, goes to overtime, and then Purdue figures out a way to win 80-77. Wisconsin wins at Illinois in overtime. Wisconsin has now beat Michigan and Illinois on the road. Nobody in the country has 2 road wins of that caliber, and I don't know if they will at the end of the season. And then UNC, after beating Duke, they're like, we're gonna go to Miami and lose, and they lose to Ja Lucas and the Hurricanes, who gets really their first. They've had a good year, but that was their first marquee win of the season. A
Yeah.
lot going on in college hoops.
I mean, it's kinda like what the NFL season was, like, you really couldn't figure out who that top team was all year. I mean, there was a lot of parity, and we're seeing it in college basketball now too. I mean, you know, like you said, UNC one day goes from a huge win against Duke, their arch rival, on a buzzer beater. They're feeling good, and then they go and lose by 9, to a pretty good Miami team, but not a great Miami team, just an average team. Um, so, I mean, we had 3 top 10 teams lose, I think, last night or yesterday. Um,
Well, in the last week, what Arizona's lost, Duke has lost, Iowa State has lost, UConn has lost, Nebraska has lost, Illinois has lost,
yeah,
North
Nebraska
Carolina
lost
has
yesterday.
lost.
Iowa State, Nebraska, and somebody else in top 10 lost yesterday. But, yeah, I mean, it's
Well,
gonna make for a fun
Illinois lost.
March, that's for sure. I mean, it's gonna make for a fun March. The bracketologies are starting to roll in. This is the time where, you start getting those debates, those quad ones, quad twos, you know, you start
Yeah.
looking at who's good
Well,
and who's not. There's gonna be a
yeah,
lot of moving and shaking going down, the last couple of weeks of February.
and you look at UNC, you just come off that win over Duke at home. You have to go on the road to face a Miami team who's good in the middle of the pack ACC, maybe a little above middle of the pack ACC.
Yeah.
Looking for that first marquee win. It's hard to win games on the road. Anytime you win a game on the road against a team who's top middle of the pack, it's an accomplishment. They weren't able to do that. Uh, but UNC, just one more stat on them before we move on, has beat UK, Kansas, and Duke this year. All obviously in the same season. It's the first time that somebody has done that since Maryland did it in '02. That team went on to win the national title. It's the first time North Carolina has done it since 1982, and they also won the title that year as MJ hit the shot to win it.
Yeah, I mean, they've got great resume wins, and then you start looking at their losses. When they went out west, they lost both games to Stanford and Cal. They've lost to SMU, like, and then they lose to Miami. So, you got these marquee resume wins, and then you've got some losses that you like, you know, how'd that happen?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about how tough it is going out west, and you got a young team. They were struggling a little bit at that point, but I mean, they're playing better basketball right now. And I I didn't get to watch a lot of the Duke game because I was at my nephew's second birthday party a month after his original birthday, as there was 30 kids running around a gym with no TV. But
Yikes.
I'm following it and they're down 20 and I'm like, all right. And then I get to watch the Kentucky game with you guys, and find out that UNC won and then see the buzzer beater, but, um, yeah, it's just a
What are
lot
your
going on this last weekend in
what are
college
your
football.
thoughts on the North Carolina double court storming?
Well, I was gonna get into that, no, and I do not think a program as prestigious as North Carolina should be rushing the court. I think there's several teams that historically are as successful as North Carolina that are in that same category that look, and maybe a last second shot, which this was a last second shot, maybe that changes it a little bit. Maybe there's other elements, but UNC beats number 1 Arizona on Monday, and there was no thought of Kansas ever, those fans ever coming down from the crowd and rushing the court. Like, so, do you think you'd ever see Duke rush the court if it was vice versa?
I don't
Like, it
think
would
so.
have to be a last second shot.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think you're gonna see Kentucky rush the court. I don't think I only time I can ever recall Louisville rushing the court was the last game in Freedom Hall, and that was just because it was the last game in Freedom Hall. So you're not gonna see that at Louisville
That's
either.
a historic event, like
Yeah. I mean, people just, yeah, it was their last game in that historical arena. So, yeah, like there's a lot of programs that you're not gonna see that from, and you put North Carolina on that list, so I was very surprised. Then they had to clear them all off for the last point 0.4 seconds, and then they got to re-rush the court again.
yeah, they rushed it they didn't just rush it once, they rushed it twice,
They got to do it twice. Twice
and
is nice.
they also rushed the court in 2014 when they beat a ranked Duke team. So, in the last 12 years, they've rushed the court twice when beating Duke. And I'm if you're North Carolina, like, expect to beat Duke. You're North Carolina. You should expect to beat each other.
And they do. I mean, like, up until what was it last year? Like, their all-time rivalry history, they were even in wins.
Yeah, I
Like,
just
they had the same amount of wins on each side of the rivalry up to, like, last year, and I think Duke swept them 3 times last year. But it's been a historically even rivalry, so it's not like you're on a 20-year drought here and you just broke through. Like, no, like, you've beaten Duke within the last 3 to 4 years.
but North Carolina, Duke, Louisville, Kentucky, Kansas. Anybody
Mich
who else?
I can't recall Michigan State doing
UCLA?
it. I I don't know.
Do they even care?
Indiana, unfortunately, is not on that list because 'cause they've rushed the court multiple times in the last 10 years, and it's kinda disappointing, but, um, yeah, Michigan State maybe? Yeah,
Like, I don't know.
no, you don't do it.
Was and evidently, John Shire said one of their coaches got
Punched or something.
kinda punched as look, and these things are I wouldn't wanna be in the middle of that, and, like, I work the table sometimes at Louisville games, and, like, I'm glad they're not gonna rush the court because I don't want people jumping over top of me to get on the court.
You have a concussion.
Like, when
But no, like,
Louisville
when they did
Kentucky
rush
players
the court when they rushed the court against Duke, like, you saw a lot of fans went over toward the Duke bench and was just yelling at them, pointing at them, talking trash to them. Probably a couple little middle finger double birds being thrown. Like, they got up in the face of Duke. So, I'm with Shire, man. It gets dangerous, and you're just asking for something to happen. Just like in football with the field storm, like, you've seen players and fans get into it on multiple occasions in football, and it's gonna happen in basketball. Like, somebody's gonna emotions are high, especially in a rivalry game like that, and if some Notre Dame twerp ran up to a Duke player and was giving him the bird and a Duke player took a swing, like,
yeah.
I wouldn't be
Look
surprised if that happened.
look, it is dangerous. It is. It's just when you have that many people stampeding on the court, when the other team's trying to get off the court, yeah, it is dangerous. Is it cool to see it on TV? Also, yes. W it
Cool to
is.
see it on TV.
It's cool to
What
see it on TV when you have
what
these upsets of other teams, like, when you're
yeah,
Kentucky
if
and you're
it's
Duke
like
and
it's
you're
cool to
Louisville and
see
you go on the road and you lose, like, that's a part you've created that.
yeah, it's cool to see it on TV if East Carolina beats Kansas or something like
Right.
that.
I'm not
Like,
saying it's
not
cool North
this.
Carolina to beat Duke.
No, like, no, it's cool to see it on TV. Like, what? What's
When
cool
there's
about it? What's cool
when
about
there's upsets.
it? Okay, what so
It's a
upsets
part
are
of the
cool,
game, but
yeah.
I just want to make sure that I'm not saying you gotta ban court storming. There's just certain teams that shouldn't do it, and North Carolina is clearly on that list.
You said it was cool to
Clearly
see.
on that
You said
list.
it was cool to see.
Well, yeah, because you talk about teams like East Carolina, like,
That's
if they
different.
beat somebody at home. Like if Vanderbilt, when they beat Kentucky, they go uh, when Kentucky was better than they are now, go rush the court. You're
I need a
Vanderbilt.
video, next time there's a court storm, I need a video of you hard cheesing, watching kids run onto the court.
Well, I don't
Just
wanna be
so
out there, I'll
happy.
tell you that
I know
because I
it
do
just
think it's
brings a
fun.
little tear brings a tear to your eye to see college kids running on the
It
court.
doesn't bring a tear to my eye, but, like, I'm
So
just saying it
happy.
shouldn't have to go away.
You're so happy.
It shouldn't have to go away. It just
I
certain teams should not do it.
I agree.
Um, we can't quit talking about hoops without talking about what we saw on the first game on Big Monday as Michael Brown goes off for 45. It's 10 threes.
Record-setting performance. Yeah, no, I
Conwell
mean, Louisville,
Conwell adds 31 of his own.
yeah, no, the couple games leading up to this is the Wake Forest game, on the road and the Notre Dame game at home the week before. Brown and Conwell have been struggling. The guard play has been like, especially on the offensive end, shooting the ball and scoring points. Like, those 2 have been struggling, and Louisville's been relying on more of the Kenai Roos, and Cason Pryor had a good game against Notre Dame, and, Sananda Frew at Wake Forest had a great game. So, there was some concern mumblings from fans of some concern of, what the ceiling of this Louisville team could be when you're sitting there watching your top 2 players struggle, for a couple games in a row. But come Monday night, those 2 just absolutely busted out of it, emphatically busted out of it.
Yeah,
45 points, like you said, Conwell had 31. As combined, those 2, lost to NC State by 1?
yeah, they had 70. They finished with
76,
77,
75?
right?
Do what?
Didn't they finish with 77?
Yeah, we lost 77 those 2
Yeah.
lost 77-76 on their own. So, yeah, no, a historic night, ties Wes Unsold's school record for men's basketball points. Men's program record, yes, not a school record. The 10 threes ties Rain Smith for the men's program record, and, yeah, put up 118 on a really good NC State team. So, that's you're not gonna expect that every night, but
Yeah, you better not.
right. But it shows that the talent, what Louisville can do, and so you're gonna expect better play out of them moving forward than kinda maybe what we've seen in the last couple of games.
I s If they shoot it like they did, they can beat anybody in the country. I still think they're so reliant on the 3 when they struggle. They can't lose to anybody in the country, but they can lose to a lot of teams when they don't shoot it well. But yeah, I mean, you talk about NC State, they come in winning 6 in a row into that game and really didn't put up a lot of fight in the second half. But I mean, Louisville took advantage. The They have, I think it was like 1.44 points per possession,
Yeah,
which is just
insane.
asinine. The 118 points was the most ever at the Yum Center, I believe, and like the 5th most in program history. Brown and Comwell are the first ever Louisville duo to both have 30 points in a game. They're also the only pair of D1 teammates to ever combine for at least 75 points, 15 rebounds, and 15 three-pointers. And
It's
the
happened
coolest part
once
is
it's happened
huh?
once in the NBA, I think. Isn't that the stat where it's only happened one time in the NBA? And it
I
was
didn't see the NBA stat.
it was ha like, so that stat you just read happened one time in the NBA, and it was when Dame Lillard went for 70, and I forgot who his teammate also went for 30 something.
Well, I started wondering if there ever was a pair of teammates that had 40 and 30, and I still haven't got that answer. So maybe this is the first time ever in D1 history that there's been a 40-point score and a 30-point score on the same team. But anytime you're in the same conversation of Wes Unseld tying his record, pretty cool. And I did say it's a program record because Asia Durr had 47 points twice for the Louisville women, and she also did it against NC State on senior night and on that night, she had 11 three-pointers.
Yep.
Um, so I was texting AD on Monday saying, you've still got the school
That's
record."
cute. That's cute.
But a heck of a night, and just I mean, the crowd was rocking. Everybody had those little towels that were lighting up all over the place. It was a good scene at the KFC Home Center on Monday night. Oh, but I mean, dude, we're now almost mid-February. We're getting closer to closer in March, and it's it's fun to watch college basketball. There's games to watch almost every single night, and it's just it's fun right now. All I think all the NBA teams are salivating over a lot of these freshmen that are gonna go in the top of the draft because, dude, there's some players. There are some players. A lot of good guards too.
Yeah. Did you happen I mean, I know you said you didn't watch or you weren't able to watch the North Carolina Duke, instant classic that we had, but did you see any highlights or hear any rumblings of who was sitting courtside at that game and what they were wearing?
I did, but you can tell me a little bit more about it.
I mean, I think it's well known by now that Bill Belichick and his 24-year-old girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, were sitting courtside at the game, as they should be. Bill Belichick is the North Carolina head coach for football. But the girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, was
Still is,
wearing
which we didn't know if it would get to that point.
was wearing a T-shirt with the logo from the Orchids of Asia Day Spa. Orchids of Asia
What
Day.
is
Does that
that? What
sound
is that, Neil?
does that sound familiar to you, Nick?
It
Maybe
does
a
not. Can you
maybe
explain
a
to me what that
place
is? Is
maybe
it
a
just
place it
a
could be a
spa they like
place.
to go to?
Is that a place you visited before?
It has not. It is not a place I've
The
visited.
Orchids of Asia Day Spa is famous from 2019, where Robert Kraft, the owner of the, New England Patriots, was caught in maybe what was it, a prostitution sting?
Okay,
So, yep,
okay.
we all remember that story from 2019 where Robert Kraft got popped for doing some things he shouldn't have been doing at the Asian spa. And so Jordan Hudson, the current girlfriend of former coach Bill Belichick, wearing the logo of that as a
What's
troll
your
to Robert
motivation
Kraft.
there?
I think that's a big F you to Robert Kraft and how they still feel about him after Bill Belichick was fired from New England. I mean he's just out there, blatantly out there, just absolutely in your face double bird salute.
Is he in like, he sees this. Is he like, "Oh, I love it," or is he like, you really gonna wear that?"
No, he loved it. I think he
You
loved it.
you spent a lot of time in New England, had a lot of success with him as your owner.
Yeah,
Like,
I
you
think
wanna
he's
burn that you like, I get it, you're disappointed you got fired, and don't think you probably should've got fired because it's just the success that you
I
had.
think it's hilarious. I'm on
It
the
is
side
a
of I think it's hilarious. I think a lot of people think it's hilarious. So I think
is
it's just some humor. I think Bill
is
Belichick shows that he's got a little sense of humor in the whole thing, but also, still taking a jab at his former boss that fired him.
is that bridge burned forever now?
I think it's been burned. I think it was burned before now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Is he involved in that decision, or did she go do that on her own?
he's 100% involved in that decision.
You you think he said, "Go wear this"?
Well, if he didn't, she wouldn't have shown up in it.
I dude, you don't think that
You
there's
don't
any
think that
chance?
if he wasn't okay with it, he would have told her to change?
No. Maybe he wouldn't.
What? No, he absolutely was okay with it.
I'm
He
saying, was he
absolutely was
involved
in
in
on it.
the situation to begin with? Or did sh like, she just showed up in that, and he saw it, right? He didn't tell her to wear it.
I'm assuming they drove to the game together from their
I
house.
know that, but he didn't dress her. She
Well, you
dressed
think she just
herself.
had a coat on and, just hid it from him, and all of a sudden we get courtside, she takes the coat off, and
The house, he
voila,
saw her
there's the
wearing it.
Orchid Day Spa, Asian
There
Day Spa logo? Like,
there had
no,
to be
man.
one point where he saw her wearing it for the first time.
It wasn't at the game.
I didn't say it was at the game.
Well, then if it was at home and he didn't approve of it, he would've told her to change.
Would he, though?
Why wouldn't he? What are you talking about? Then that means he's okay with it. If you're not okay with it, you say change your shirt. If you're okay with it, you'd be like, "All right, honey, let's
Maybe
roll. Tip off in an
maybe he's a
hour."
little scared of losing his 24-year-old girlfriend for making her change her clothes.
Don't think she's going anywhere.
You know?
If you're 24 and you're dating Bill Belichick, you ain't going anywhere.
You waiting it out?
Probably. Jesus.
It's a bold statement.
It's absolutely a bold statement, and I think it's a bold statement that Bill Belichick approved of and was in on. I think he was in on the whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, I guess so. I
I
guess
thought it
so.
was hilarious.
It's hilarious is a word for it. It's a word for it. Um, is the fact that he didn't get in the hall, does that make them a little more on edge to make this happen? Like, I know Robert Kraft didn't make that decision, but does that play a role in all this?
Maybe, maybe.
It makes you not the fact that he's not first ballot is just wild,
We've
and
known
could
that.
have them on edge a little bit, and maybe it's the reason why she decided to do
I mean,
that.
I've heard no apologies from Bill Belichick since then, so I think he's good with it.
I guess he is. I guess he is. We gotta get into a little Olympics. Before that, talk a little waste management over the weekend. Easy crowds, as always. It's normal there. Hideki's up by 1 going to 18, has like a 20, 25 footer to win the tournament. Somebody yells in his backstroke. He has to reset, then misses it. Goes to a playoff, and then he's on his tee shot on 18, and nobody yells, but somebody drops like a chair, and it falls, makes a loud noise. He has to step back again. Then he puts it in the water. His tee shot, he was did not have his tee shot the entire round, anyways. So he might have put it in the drink, regardless. But do you think that the crowds at all played a role in Hideki coming up short on Sunday and allowing Goddard up to win in a playoff?
Yeah, I think it absolutely played a role, especially like mid swing, at the top of your swing, you have to back off. Then it's kind of in your head. You just bogeyed 18 to go to the playoff, right?
Yeah, because of that though.
I thought the him putting the drink was the first hole of the playoff.
He bogeyed 18 to get into the playoff. He almost put it in the drink on his tee shot on 18, but it was safe. Put it in a bunker, barely got it out.
Yeah.
So he was a shot behind and then left himself like a 20
Yeah.
footer for
No, when
par.
you're going through yeah, when you're distracted and you've just bogeyed 18, that's gonna linger with you going into the playoff. Yeah, I think mentally, I think he was done. I think he was absolutely done after that bogey on 18, and he wasn't gonna win that playoff.
Well, he was fighting it the whole day. He could not figure out how to hit a tee ball straight the entire day, and he putted unbelievable, especially on the front nine to keep himself in it. But like we saw that little idiot, the YouTuber that got in trouble because he told somebody to yell in the back of
Yeah,
Maverick McNeely's
right. I saw that.
swing.
Yeah,
Like, do we need like they kicked the dude out and they banned him for golf for life.
as they
It
should.
do you think it's getting a little too out of control in Phoenix? And I think we talk about this every year.
No, I don't think that that situation was just specific to Phoenix. I mean, I think that whoever this YouTube punk is, I think he would do that at any tournament. I don't think it was just specific to Phoenix. Like he could have done it anywhere, and I think he probably
But he
would.
didn't.
He would have done
He
it
didn't
anywhere.
though.
I know
He
he did
chose
it,
to do it there
but I don't think. Do you think because it was the Waste Management Open, is that's why he showed up there?
I think it played a role
Okay,
because it's
I don't
known
know.
for that, and you can get guys that there's gonna be more opportunities to get people to do stuff like that maybe, uh, and it's cool to be there and do stuff like that.
I guess. I don't know. It's like that whole thing is stupid. I don't think the waste management as a whole is out of control. I mean, it's part of it's what it's known for. I mean, that's what makes it fun. That's what people tune in for. They want to see 16, somebody hit it close and or hit a hole in one and watch the beers fly. Like, like you get so excited for court storming in basketball. Like I get excited when there's hole in ones on 16 and beers get thrown.
That excited for
I get
court storm.
excited. I get
Uh,
excited watching the crowd throw beers on 16. That's what I
which
get
there
excited.
weren't any this year,
I
which
know.
is disappointing.
I know.
Um,
But
but
no, I
no,
think it's part of what it is. That's what makes it fun. The jackass from YouTube, whoever, like,
yeah,
guys, but
dude, and good on PGA for getting him out of there and
yeah,
banning for life.
yeah,
Um, I agree with that decision 100%.
100%.
But but being that that tournament would be awesome and being a part of that crowd, especially being at 16. Uh, Ricky Fowler comes up to 16 on Sunday and he's getting ready to hit, and he's pumping up the crowd. In the background, you see this chicken and a guy in a chicken suit just going nuts
Yeah.
because Ricky is pumping up the crowd before he hits, and he starts dancing in pirouettes. Just this big, giant inflatable chicken. I
Yeah.
mean, that's what the 16th hole and what the waste
Yeah,
management is all
everybody's in
about.
there's a lot of costumes out there, like, it's just a big party, and it looks like fun.
Look, and other than those 2 moments with Hideki, which unfortunately happened to be on the 18th hole, the 72nd hole of the tournament, and that YouTube idiot and McNeely said it wasn't really his swing anyways. It was just a practice swing. So he got banned for
Nothing, idiot.
yelling jackass when he wasn't even really swinging. So there I didn't see any other issues. And look, this tournament has an identity of its own. It's one of my favorite tournaments to watch of the year.
Yeah, I mean, what was it last year? The year before, they had to stop alcohol sales and stop letting people in the gates because it became out of control and borderline dangerous, I guess.
Well, and it rained too, which
But yeah, it did
we're
rain.
just sliding all over the place.
Yeah, mudslides, yeah,
So that added
there's
to
some
it.
mud wrestling going on.
The weather was beautiful, so they didn't really have to deal with that. No, one of my favorite tournaments of the year, just
See how
Hideki,
guys
look, Hideki just didn't have his best stuff on Sunday, and he almost figured out a way to win it, and his driver was awful the entire day, and on the 72nd and the 73rd hole, it finally bit him. And I don't look, you're gonna make a 20-footer regardless of somebody else or not?
but also credit to Chris Goddard. I mean, Goddard's playing some great golf. I mean, what,
Yeah,
2nd
he
win
is.
already this year? He ended the year last year, playing really, really well. He won the Pro-Am, here at the Waste Management this year as well, so he's playing great golf.
Dude, and Scotty almost got there.
Yeah,
Scotty almost
after his
got
bad
there
day
after
1.
his Thursday.
Yeah,
He almost got there.
yeah,
One shot away from getting in that playoff
yeah,
after
it's got
spotting the field shots on Thursday. I mean, the dude is just incredible. How much of the Olympics you been watching?
I've started to pick up on it, pick up the viewing, watched the gold medal curling match, yesterday, in which the mixed doubles, where we came up just a little bit short. We gave up 2 points in the 8th end to Sweden and ended up losing, but, watched that. I watched the downhill skiing. I was watching when Lindsey Vonn crashed and shattered her leg. Saw
You
she had
saw it live?
Yeah. I saw she had, 3rd surgery today. Threw some pictures of her leg. But I forgot who the American was that ended up winning that race, but downhill skiing was great. Caught a little bit of the, figure skating with the dude that did the backflip,
Quad God,
the quad god. Yeah. So that was exciting. And I saw a little bit of USA women's hockey here recently.
which dude, they just
They
dominated
dominate. That's
Canada
what they do.
5
They
nothing.
5-0 against Canada. So, first
But
time Canada's been shut out in the Olympics.
I just love the fact that every 4 years you watch curling and you're like,
Well,
they
when
got the
else
hammer.
can you watch it? Let's be honest. It ain't like on a Saturday
Also,
afternoon.
why would you?
But, like, well, it's not
Oh,
like on a Saturday afternoon in February, I can just pop on the TV and just find the World Curling Championships or regular season matches of curling. Like, it ain't Boston versus New York curling clubs. Can't find it.
yeah.
So this is the
But
only
when
time
you're
you can get one.
watching
This is
but
the only
when
time
you're
you can watch it.
watching it and you're like, we're in good shape, but Sweden has the hammer.
Yeah.
That's gonna really bite us in the end.
Yeah,
Um,
we got the 2 in the 7th, which put us up 1. I was like, "Alright." And then, yeah, Sweden had the hammer, and they hammered it.
they did. And also think like you might be the best curler in the world, and you don't know because you've never tried. You don't know. All these sports, like the skeleton, you might be unbelievable at the skeleton.
Bro, Imma tell you right now, if I put you on that sled and shoved you down that ice, you are not gonna be good at the skeleton. You
Well, I
crash.
might be fast, but I might not be alive.
You would crash.
Well, I might be fast, but you will not be alive.
I don't know if you might be too light. I think you're too light
I
to
think so too.
get
I
the
think you're
momentum
probably right.
going. Yeah,
I think but dude, the two-man luge where they're just laying on top of each other, like who invents these
kinda
sports?
weird, I know.
Like
Yeah,
they are literally just crotch to like crotch to junk. Like let's go down this hill. Let's see how fast we can do it. Like who decides that? Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to be a two-man luge team and see how fast me and this other idiot can get down this hill.
yeah.
They're going like 75
70
miles an
miles an
hour.
yeah, it's incredible. Yeah.
Um, and then the the Norwegian skier
Yes.
Johannes Hasflot Klæbo, or I don't know if that's how you say his name. I think it's close, Klæbo. But you just see all over social media highlights of this dude skiing, not downhill,
Yeah.
uphill,
Uphill.
doing a 6-minute mile uphill on skis.
Yes. Like, he's, like, running with these big skis on his feet. It's incredible.
He's already won 2 Olympic golds in this Olympics. He's 1 medal away from the Winter Olympics all-time record of 8 golds. Um, and he's competing in 6 events. He's already won 2, so all he has to do is win 1 more to 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 break that record. Uh, he won 3 golds at the 19 Olympics at the age of 21, and dude is
Killing it.
just like a 6-minute mile
On skis, uphill.
by it, by itself, and he's doing it on skis. Like skis are made to go down, not to go up.
Right. I mean, have you been skiing? You ever go skiing?
And no, I'm never going to.
I've been skiing, and those things, they're not light. Like, they're you gotta it takes a lot of effort in the legs to get those things up off the ground. Like, you're supposed to be able to like, you just slide on them down hills, which you're supposed to do, but when you actually do have to try to get up and
Yeah,
walk up a hill, it takes a lot of effort to move those things around.
dude, I don't do. There's nothing going on my feet where your legs can go in splits. If your legs can separate, I ain't, dude. Not even roller. I ain't even putting roller skates on my feet, y'all. Like
You don't wanna get
skates,
turned
roller
into a
skates,
wishbone.
walking on ice, none of that.
You
Like
don't wanna get
Winter
turned into a
Olympics,
wishbone.
I'm not gonna try to be good at any Winter Olympic sports because they're all on ice, so they ain't for me.
True.
Um, another couple other weird, crazy stories in the Olympics.
Yeah. There's a couple of them.
So I guess we'll start with the ski jumpers.
The ski jumper. Being investigated. We have a scandal. We have an investigation. An
So
investigation going on by the IOC.
ski jumpers are injecting their penises with hyaluronic acid,
Yeah.
which temporarily, I guess, gives them bigger genitalia
Yeah. So then they
for
have to have bigger suits.
which, yes, which in turn makes them get bigger suits. So when their genitalia reverts back to its regular size, they have looser suits,
Yes.
which allows them to catch wind like a sailor, like would do a sailboat. And that 2 centimeter change in their suit, they say can give them up to
Wow.
5.8
Yeah.
meters
5 to
in
6
distance.
meters an extra jump. Yeah.
Like Norway's coaches and equipment managers have been banned for trying to manipulate suits for like 18 months in the past. If you were a ski jumper,
Nope.
are you
Nope.
injecting your junk
Nope.
to get an extra 5 to 6
There
meters?
is no chance. There's just absolutely no way that this is a real thing and people are doing this.
Oh, it's a real.
I know
I
it's
think it's
real,
a
but
real
I just
thing.
don't get it. Like, what are we doing? Y'all can keep your 5 to 6 meters, keep your gold medals. It ain't worth putting a needle in my junk. Like, what? You doing this? Are you doing
No,
this?
there's no part of me that wants a needle in my junk, and I don't think I'm going to be very good at ski jumping to begin with. So it's not really something that I'm ever going to think about. But I mean, it just shows you
People
people will
will
do
go
anything to
through
win that gold
anything
medal.
to win a gold medal, man. That's it's just wild. That's
Like, are
wild.
they at least like numbing it down there before they? And
Maybe.
you got to use some kind of needle to numb it first.
I would hope. I would hope so.
But no, no, I'm off
No,
that.
no, we're not doing that. We're not. Yeah, no. Keep your gold medal. I ain't doing it.
And then sticking with Norway,
What's going on with Norway?
dude, gets a bronze medal in the 20-kilometer biathlon.
Yeah.
It's 28-year-old Sturla Home LaGride. I don't know how to say these names. It's probably not even close. Um, but he takes the opportunity in his post game to basically apologize to his girlfriend
Yeah.
for cheating on her.
Yeah. On national TV, national Norwegian TV.
It's something that you would see in a movie.
Yeah, it is.
Um,
It's like a Hallmark movie. Yeah.
it's 100% something that you would see in a movie to where it's just the camera gets it all in tight. He's emotional and she's in the crowd and he apologizes and she sees him and she runs to him and they run together and everything's happily ever.
Yeah, this did not end like that.
This did not end like that. Um,
This guy's
the
an idiot, by the way. An absolute idiot. So what is it? 6 months ago, he meets this girl, supposedly, right? Called her the
uh,
love of his life and all the
yeah,
rest of it. And then 3 months into their relationship, he decides to get, a little, he starts looking elsewhere for some love and it cheats on her. And then according to him, he told her a week before the Olympics because he said it's been the worst week of his life as he's trying to win an Olympic medal. So she's found out about it a week ago. As you said, he's all emotional, crying, talking about it, thinks in his mind this is gonna work, and she's just not about it.
nope,
Not about it.
completely
He made this 10 times worse. He made it worse. He's not only cheated on her, now he's embarrassed her on national Norwegian TV.
and he's apologized for not only for embarrassing her, but for stealing the media spotlight for his competitors. And
He's made it
she was basically like, "Dude, this moves me none, and I ain't apologizing you for or you ain't gonna forgive you for your actions because you're an idiot."
he's her quote was, "It's hard to forgive him for cheating on her and for turning the aftermath into a public moment."
Basically a circus.
Yeah. So he's
Eh,
made this worse. Not only did he screw up, he just stepped in it even more. What an
yeah.
idiot.
I mean, you might think that, look, this is gonna end like all the movies on
Ain't a
Hallmark
movie,
end.
bruh. This ain't a movie.
This is it's not a movie, and dude, every single time that dude looks at his bronze medal, he's he might get rid of it. He might take it to the pawn shop because every single time you look at that thing, that's what you're gonna think about. Like, not only did I lose my love of my life because I can't keep my pants, but also I embarrassed myself in front of the world
Ain't her.
after
Ain't embarrassed her.
and her, and yeah,
He's an idiot.
he is an idiot.
Well,
Like, how about this,
what do you think happens when he gets back home? Like, after these Olympics? So he's probably gonna try to call her, probably gonna try to text her, maybe try to see her. She gonna pick up that phone? Nah.
dude? I'm going to the club with that bronze medal on. I'm gonna find me another one.
Well, then you ain't gonna get this love of your life back that
Like,
you claim that
I
she
think
is.
I think he's gonna move on.
Yep.
I think it's
I think he's
over.
gonna have to. I think he's gonna have to.
I think this one's is curtains for this relationship. And you got your medal. You wear that thing. You go to the club, and you'll find somebody. And I don't think it'd be too difficult. And look, that's the only reason to hang on to this medal because, like I said, dude, you're gonna have bad memories of it. But
But then
if he can
everybody at
get
the
you,
club's gonna
he can
look at
get you
you.
somebody else.
But then don't you think everybody at the club's gonna look at him and be like, "Dude, I saw what you did on TV. You look like a wuss."
Yeah, I think that's gonna be some people, but I also think though will be
There's some
some
Norwegian honeys
females in
out.
attendance that will look past that and be like, "Look, he's an Olympic
Well,
medalist."
there's some Norwegian honeys that are gonna go medal
Yeah,
chasing.
don't you think?
I mean, I'm sure there's
I think it'd be
well,
pretty
I feel like the
pretty
entire
wild
country
if
of
there was
Norway is
nobody in
good
the
at these
club.
Winter Olympic sports. There's gonna be plenty of Olympic medalists from Norway, so he's gonna have some competition in the club.
There's competition, but
Give me some
there's also
competition.
competition against people that don't have medals, and
Didn't
he's gonna win that
didn't you
competition.
say wasn't it the skier that we were just talking about that's win all these medals? Didn't you say he's from Norway?
Yeah, he ain't getting a girl over that dude.
No, yeah,
That dude
that
he
dude's taking them all.
that
He's
dude's draped in all 8 of his
he's got
medals after this
20
thing's over.
medals. He's
Yeah,
got 20 medals. Of course,
he's He's the Michael Phelps, and it don't even matter. Gravity is not a thing for him. He can take skis, go straight up a mountain in in a mile in 6 minutes.
Yep, he can pull whoever he wants out of the club.
Yeah, he good to go. He good to go.
I would go to a different club if I was the bronze medalist guy.
But dude, the Olympics hockey.
Olympics
Do you
hockey.
remember how pumped we used to get about gold medal hockey matches?
Yeah, I remember a time back in 2012,
When?
13, 14,
Yeah, I
2014.
don't remember what year.
The United States was set to play Canada in the gold medal match, in hockey, and we rolled up to the Taco Bell late the night before and ordered some Taco Bell and asked them if they were gonna be open for the game or if they were gonna be closed, so they
Yeah.
could have a chance to watch it.
And they just looked at us like we were the stupidest humans alive, which we
Yep,
actually
and we
probably
were.
were.
We were stupid. We were
But
stupid. But, yeah, we watched that game with the B-Dubs out on the Dixie Highway, and unfortunately, the Americans came up short to Sidney Crosby that day.
they did. They did. Love some Olympic hockey. Like, I wish I had a hockey team to cheer for, because if I had a team, I think I would follow it more. It's hard to just watch
Look,
random teams
this
play.
is
This is
finally
why I like Olympic hockey.
finally, though, the NHL players are back in the Olympics,
Yeah,
first time since 2014. So
yeah,
for the last 12 years, we've had amateur hockey players, so it hasn't been as exciting because you don't really know any of these guys.
but it's
And you
back.
still watch it. You still watch it, but you don't really know. You don't have the Sidney Crosbys and
Yeah, it's not
the
the same.
Alex Ovechkins and whoever else.
It's not the same.
So now you got the superstars, the best players in the league once again back in the Olympics, so it's gonna be a lot better to watch, be more exciting.
No, I'm excited for it. I saw the first men's hockey game on TV today. So,
Yeah, the
I
women
love the Olympics
wonder why the women started so much earlier than the men.
because they stagger them. I guess. They started before I think even before the opening ceremony, so any other sports in the Olympics you're looking forward to?
Yeah, give me some bobsled. I'm ready for that. I
Yep,
know it's always at the
yep,
end of the
yep.
Olympics. Give me the Jamaican bobsled team, the 2-man, the 4-man. The 4-man bobsled is probably my favorite. So yeah, I'm ready to rock and roll with some bobsled.
What
Hopefully
about
the
do you get
Americans
this
can recover from whatever that disaster was in
yeah,
the World
it
Championships where
was not a great
3 of
look,
them are tumbling down the ice
but
because they couldn't get in the sled, but
remember, Jamaica also started out that way.
they did. It's my favorite,
Now
it's one of my
now
favorite
they didn't get a
movies.
gold medal, but they had some good runs after that initial, rise.
Cool Runnings at the top of my movie list, one of the top.
It's one of the best sports movies
Yeah, there's no
there is.
question, no question.
What about figure skating? You get into it at all?
Nah, it's too long, too boring. There's not enough action. I need, like, a competition. I need, like just, like, kinda like speed skating, like, I need s I don't like I need people going against each other, like,
So,
at the same time.
like the speed skating, they're all out there at the same time. Do
Yeah,
you like
like
that?
that kind yeah, like, where it's a race. Give me stuff that's a race. Like, the individual stuff where you're like, "Did they get enough points?" I don't know, like I don't know enough about figure skating to be like, "Oh, that triple axel was perfect," or that whatever they call it is right on point. Like, I don't know. I don't know
Dude,
how to
this quad
how
guy
to score it.
dude is just out there doing quad spins and jumping backwards, like, do you understand how unbelievably athletic you have
I
to
did see
get
that.
to
I did
do
watch
that
that,
stuff?
yeah. I did see the backflip guy, yeah.
Uh, no, lo and here's what is your strategy for watching? Are you watching during the day, like, while you're at work, or are you saving it to watch it in prime time when it's on
No,
replay?
we've got it on we have a TV in the ticket office. We've got it on the Olympics while we're there, so we're keeping an eye on that. So, like, the gold medal curling match, we watched that live. Watched some hockey live. We watched figure skating live. So,
The Gold Zone is where it's at
gold zone.
on Peacock, the Gold Zone. It's it's not as exciting as the Red Zone in the NFL, but it's modeled after that.
So, what, every time a medal is up for grabs, they go to that competition?
Mhm, and they've got, like, a 3 or 4 screen usually where they've got all the different things that are going on at that time,
That's cool.
and then they'll switch to like, at the end of the curling match, they'll switch. It's Chris Hansen too, it's the same guys. Who's the other guy that used to do it, that is now the Browns announcer? Andrew, Siciliano?
Ciliana?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's him and Chris Hansen are 2 of the announcers that do it, so yeah, check out the Go Zone on the Peacock.
okay. So, we have I'm
Not getting paid for that endorsement.
So I'm looking forward to the bobsled. You got one you're looking forward to that
Dude, I agree. Like, I love bobsledding, and I don't know if it's because of Cool Runnings, but I've always looked forward, to bobsledding. The speed skating where they're all racing each other, I think is awesome,
yeah, I do like that one. Yeah.
and, like, I don't know if you saw it in the past where somebody, like, tricked them, where they got
Yeah,
all the way out
yeah,
front.
she went out so fast that they
Yeah,
and then she caught back up to him that they
yeah.
didn't even realize it, and yes, she was a whole lap ahead. I did see
Sounds
that.
like great strategy.
It is a great strategy.
But I love that. Dude, I will watch figure skating and just like you get nervous when they do the little flips, like the Americans if they're gonna fall. Like I remember, dude, I had such a crush on Sasha Cohen back in the day. Like that kind of got me into it a little bit. But uh, it's kind of like gymnastics in the Summer Olympics to me.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we need to spice it up. Maybe we needed like another Tanya Hardy, Nancy Kerrigan kind of controversy. Get some villains back into it, some villains and some heroes. Give me a little give me some rivalries or some bad blood. Then maybe
Neil,
I'll pay
Neil
attention a
wants
little more.
Neil wants some people to just start taking out knees.
Let's do it.
Maybe that'll get him into figure skating. Just yeah. But how wild is that that happened?
I don't know. I saw that. Did you watch? Was there a 30? There was some kind of
Yeah.
documentary. I don't know if
There
it's a
was,
30
yeah.
for 30,
I've seen it.
but yeah,
I've seen
it's
it.
insane. An absolute insane person that Tanya Harding was.
But Olympics are here. College hoops is here. Football, unfortunately, is gone until till August, but it'll be here before you know it. And
Or you just turn it
well,
on ESPN every day and they've got something to say about the NFL
dude, they do.
every single day.
They do. But hopefully the Bengals make some moves, get back in the playoffs. But I don't know. I'm really excited for March. I think this tournament's gonna be awesome. And even the conference tournaments, I'm really excited for those. And even on the women's side too, I'm excited for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you're not following us on social, make sure you do that at Height Differential. Subscribe on wherever you're listening to, Apple, Spotify. How do you listen to your podcast?
Apple.
I'm an Apple guy, but we're on Apple, we're on Spotify, we're on Amazon, all the different platforms. Subscribe on YouTube. You can watch it live. I don't know how many people did. We'll check that out after this. Hopefully it's more than 4 or 5. Um, we'll see. But for the 6'10", do you wanna be 6'10"? For the 6'6" knee, I am the 4 I mixed up the 2, like the
Yeah.
6'10", like
You did.
4'10".
You did
The
do that.
6'6" Neil, the 4'10" Nick. You've been listening to High Differential. We will talk to you next week.
Give, give, give it to me. Me.
Yeah. You don't want to go down to 4'6". That would be bad.
No, bro.
You
You
already
would
short
take
enough.
me in 6 you would take me in 6'10".
You would. Oh, 4
Do you
6
wanna
would
be
be
would you
bad.
rather be 6'10" than 6'6"?
Yeah.
Or is that
Give me
almost too
more
tall?
inches. I'll go more inches.
You would?
Hmm?
I almost think it's almost too tall. But yeah, I don't want no regression on height. No regression.
6'10" might be maybe 6'8".
2 inches, but not 4. You're an idiot.